What's up, guys? Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're watching, whenever you're watching, in the future, perhaps. It's 2018. Anyways, back with the new year with a new video. At the end of my last video, I showed you guys that I sent back my Lightpad block, and today is finally the day that I get to crack open the new Lightpad Block M. So we're really excited about that. And at the end of this video, I'll clue you guys in on what the next piece of Roli gear I'm sending back is, and you'll never guess why. So without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. Candy. Keep. The Lightpad Block M. Nice. It's a nice looking package, you know, classic Apple style things, because these are now for sale in the Apple Store. And it actually doesn't say M on it. I think what they're trying to go for is they want this to be the new Lightpad block. So they just say Lightpad block on it. There's a little M there in the corner. It says something about the microwave surface. Micro keywave. Sorry, it's not a microwave. So, just on the first feel, the surface is kind of bumpy. I don't know if you can see that, but there's little bumps in there. You can definitely feel the bumps when you slide across. The old one was just smooth, didn't have that. So obviously there's already a difference here, and the pad is supposedly a lot thicker. You can push into it a lot more, get more expression out of it over the old one. So if you're new to Roli and the multi-polyphonic expression movement, it lights up in a grid, and you can play notes with it. You can make it into a drum pad. You can do a lot of cool things with this and make music from, say, your iPad or even your MacBook. You know, hook it up through the Bluetooth there. So it's portable. You can play any kind of instrument, you know, acoustic, electronic. There's some really good sample packs that model acoustic instruments really well. And yeah, so this should be an even better version of what was already a really cool instrument, especially for people who are starting out making music and, you know, don't want to buy a full studio setup. But it's definitely a good addition to anyone with a growing studio setup as well, like mine. So without further ado, let's hook this up to the iPad first, and we'll go through some sounds on the Noise app with Roli. Excuse my messy desk. I'm just gonna take a sip of tea here. Cheers. Lightpad block is all charged up now, as you can see here. So we're going to turn that baby on. We're gonna hold the button in here. Ooh, it clicked. So right away I'm noticing that these pads are a lot brighter and they feel much different. It's bumpier. There's about a bump for every pixel, I guess. And this has the setting here. This is the setting button. So you can change to the 5 grid and then to an XY pad. That's really nice. And to the 4 grid or 2x2, and then to the 4x4 16 grid. All good for drum machines, with this one being the major scale pre-programmed there. And this is all configurable through the Roli Blocks dashboard. So anyways, let's create something. Okay, so first track, let's do it. How about 110? Turn the click off now. That record circle just turned into overdub. So while we're on the same patch here, the same drum kit, we can now overdub. So we don't have to play everything at once. I can do the bass and the snare like that. We can add some effects over top without having to re-record everything. So let's do that right now. also adjust the BPM on the fly. So now I want it to be 140. We can hold this and delete it. Oh, so we can also hold this and copy it, and it puts it in the box under it. But there's, 16 spots for loops there, 16 for there, 16 for here. So there's, enough space for you to do whatever it is you need to do, I guess. The Apple Store is selling it as an accessory or toy, but this is a real instrument. You can do music with this. You can take it places, finger drum and finger synth, but you can make music on the go with just the iPad and the Lightpad block, and you can make, a track like this. Just like that. Ta-da. So yeah, I hope I went over everything. It's really cool. Let me know if you want me to do a video going through all these sounds. So that's kind of everything with the noise app. I hope that I helped you guys out, seeing how the Roli Lightpad Block M works right out of the box. I had to charge it for a while, obviously, but other than that, I really enjoyed this thing. I think it's a really nice upgrade over the Lightpad block. And look, even on the back here, they don't even say M anywhere. It's just the Lightpad block. This is the new Lightpad block, and I think it'll be a hot ticket for a lot of young musicians looking to start out. They don't want to buy a violin and a saxophone and, and a piano. And for existing musicians, established musicians, intermediate levels, experts who just want something different in their studio or something portable to take with them. I think Apple definitely took a huge bet on these guys by adding them to the Apple Store and introducing it to the ecosystem. But I think it's going to pay dividends in the future when these type of instruments become more ubiquitous, not standard. I don't think it'll ever really replace the piano. The piano's been around for 300 something years already. I don't think that's going anywhere. In the future, I think you'll see a lot more kids walking around with iPhones and Lightpad blocks in their pocket. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a good look at the Lightpad M, good first impression of it, and maybe you'll pick one up yourself. They're $200 at the Apple Store, Seaboard, everywhere online. But now I'm going to take a moment to share with you what the next piece of Roli gear I'm sending back is, and that would be the Seaboard block. Yeah, I know, disappointing. What's happening here is I was playing it and I noticed it's starting to come up at the edges. So you can actually see the silicone is oozing out of the side there, and the surface is just peeling right back, and you can see how the silicone is all broken inside already, and I've only had this a couple months. So I reached out to Roli and they said, yeah, for sure, send it in, bring it back, and return it, swap it out for a new one, and they'll get me a functioning unit. Because that's a problem. I have a feeling it was something with the adhesives that the manufacturer used, but that's no good. But it's really cool. You can see what's going on inside there. That's a good view of the micro key waves and what they look like underneath the silicone. It's too bad this one broke. I really enjoyed using it, but now that I have the Lightpad Block M, I'll be able to keep jamming while this one gets sent back, and hopefully I'll get a new one soon. This is me taking the Seaboard block, taking the box that it came in, putting it back, and slapping a shipping label on it. That's gonna be the end of this guy. Sad to see him go. This was not as gracious as I thought. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Tune into the Redcom Studio for the next video, and keep on the lookout for another video where the twins will be getting delivered. That's terrible. For this unboxing, I'll be using a wine key because, like a fine wine, good music gets better with age, and it's also what I had lying around.